What's up guys, another video from the Anti-Nerd here, and today I'm gonna review the Ultimate Spider-Man from the Marvel Legends collection. The both of versions, the Walmart 2-pack and the first individual release, as I show right here. This one I got it for $35 from a seller on the Facebook group of Marvel Legends. As you can see, the package is not in perfect mint condition, but still has the original sticker here. This figure is really old. This I think from 2016 or 17. I'm gonna pause it a little bit and zoom if you wanna pause and read the description here of the both characters in the back. It seems that they're presenting the Miles Morales and the Peter Parker as the main Spider-Man, as this collection shows. So at the two sides you can see one Spider-Man and Miles Morales, but I got this figure because it comes with the extra Peter Parker head and all the hands, which the 2-pack does not come with. So the 2-pack comes with only 4 hands, and this one, which I'm opening right now, comes with a 6 pair of hands, right? I mean 3 pairs and 6 hands in total, and this extra head of Peter Parker, which honestly was the main reason I was getting this figure. So let's get this guy out of the blister. He clearly has a different shade of blue comparing to the 2-pack. It's more adult, let's say, a little more dirty or gritty, but it does look like the comic. I'm a big Ultimate Spider-Man fan. I grew up reading that, and it was the magazine that brought me into comics in the first place. Spider-Man 2 had come out. I was 11 and I was very much hooked on this version of Spider-Man, right? Because he's a teenager at this point. That's why this figure is so short compared to another Marvel Legends, another Spider-Man figures, or even another Marvel Legends in general. Let's take a look at this guy, this little guy. He does have a little bit of a loose ankle, at least in mine, which the 2-pack one was not like that. But he does have a double joint on the arms and at the legs, but does this weird noise when I tweak his torso. I believe it's something just the old mold had, because they reused that mold on the Spider-Boy, but Spider-Boy does not have that weird noise. It's not something that bothers me that much, but it is too loud for just a one joint articulation. But this Peter Parker head looks very much accurate to the Mark Bagley design. I'm showing the images of his original drawings in the Ultimate Spider-Man universe. Even the hair has that haircut in the back that's a little shorter. And look at how he compares with the Spider-Man Renew Your Vows, which is my favorite Spider-Man currently, the best Marvel Legends Spider-Man until Maximum comes out. So this Renew Your Vows, a lot of people say he's really tall, and actually they're right, because let's compare the Captain America with the Ultimate Spider-Man figure. Ultimate Spider-Man is really short. But take a look at the Renew Your Vows. Renew Your Vows is about the same height, a little smaller than the Captain American, so it's really tall. And Captain America is supposed to be a tall character, right? A strong, tall character. So as I said, they reused this body mold on the Spider-Boy, which came out really recently. You can check the review on my channel. But the Spider-Boy is pinless, and they did this new mold for his shoes. But as you can see, it doesn't do that weird noise. So, I mean, they can fix that, I guess. I would hope they would update the Spider-Man figure, the Ultimate, and take a look at this body mold, which I think they got it a little bit of reuse, because it does have the weird noise. You can also check the review on my channel. But yeah, this body mold has been used in sometimes, not so often. I would definitely hope that they would release a new Ultimate Spider-Man figure with a more updated articulation. I don't think they would use the maximum for the new Ultimate Spider-Man. If that would come out, it would probably come in the Amazing Fantasy mode. My joint on the shoulder, on the right shoulder, is a little tight. I'm afraid to break it, but it's fine. So I'm gonna do a pose him with this guy. As you can see, he does not have that torso articulation that moves like a ball. And instead you get this weird wrist rotation, which aesthetically it's not the most appealing, but I'm gonna try to redo this pose, but using the Renew Your Vow Spider-Man to see how that looks, because it's gonna be very clear that the Renew Your Vows has a much more detailed articulation that's anatomically more precise than the Ultimate Spider-Man, and honestly, on most Marvel Legends figure, take a look how more comic book vibes he looks, right? Because his little movements that you cannot do on the Ultimate Spider-Man here, it seems that the figure's more alive and straight out of the comic books. Like if you see those panels, Spider-Man double page, Todd McFarlane draw, you're gonna see that the poses, it's a lot of articulation that's required to not make it look stiff, or a little toy-ish. So yeah, I would say that's a little bit of a problem if you compare the Ultimate Spider-Man with modern figures. But I do think that aesthetically, this guy delivers something. I mean, his eyes are really cool. His size is really interesting compared to the other characters. It really gives that teenage Spider-Man vibes. And before I close the video here, I want to compare a little bit with the 2-pack. I got this one for $30 plus tax and shipping on eBay, so a little less than 40. The blue is way more vibrant, and it does not have the pins, the red pins on his inner side of the arm. As you can see, there's also a difference of design. The web lines are not drawn, but that's not an error of design. I thought it was, but then I did a little bit of research and Facebook discussion, and it looks like these 2-packs from the Ultimate cartoon, not from the comic, but they did at least leave it blue, the inner side of his arm, right? Because I don't like that red pin there. I like more this vibrant blue. I just wish that they could have included the extra head and the extra hands in this Ultimate Spider-Man from the Walmart exclusive 2-pack. But he's really cool. Now I have both hands, so I can swap. It didn't do any difference with the tone of red shade on his body, so I guess it's fine. But yeah, this Spider-Man's a little more old compared to the other ones. And my head now is really tight. It was a little bit of a pain in the ass to make it back. So I'm gonna show on the single release Ultimate Spider-Man how the Peter Parker head looks, because it was one of the main reasons I got this pack. But this head unfortunately doesn't fit in other figures of Spider-Man, just a few. But it does look very nice, gives a completely different vibe, and it does remind me more of the comics, because this head is very accurate to Mark Bagley's version of Peter Parker. So I think it adds a lot of life, because he's smiling. It's like a good humored character, smiling and being more playful. That Ultimate Spider-Man in the comics, he does a lot of jokes. He's really goofy around villains. He has a great sense of humor, as Spider-Man always should have. So I'm gonna give this figure a grade of 8 out of 10. I think has a little bit of a flaw design. The red pins, they suck big for me. And also the articulation is not the best. Unfortunately, this guy's a little expensive right now. I don't know. If you're a hardcore Ultimate Spider-Man fan, just get it, because who knows if they're gonna release another Ultimate Spider-Man. But if you're not, I think there's better options for shorter Spider-Mans, such as, let's say, that Final Swing suit released on the No Way Home wave. But me, as a Mark Bagley and Ultimate Spider-Man fan, which I think it was a breakout. it broke a record. It broke a record of best double creative team, two guys running a magazine for the longest. So this comic book's really good, but if you are not into this comic book, just get some other Spider-Man. For me, it's worth it. I really like the run, the original Mark Bagley, Brian Michael Bendis run, and I think it plays a homage to that. And honestly, I would hope to see. Let me know in the comment section if you'd like to see that wave with all the villains and characters with the Ultimate Spider-Man design. That would be great for me. That would be a dream, just to see a wave in a retro card with that Ultimate Spider-Man unique design. So yeah, stay tuned to the Anti-Nerd channel, and goodbye.